Welcome to another episode of Hard Factor, a very special edition today. It's number 711, which is a episode number near and dear to all of our hearts, pretty sure. Probably is, caused all of our hearts a little bit of stress. You know what I mean?
I ate an apple fritter from 7-Eleven yesterday morning.
That's what I'm talking about.
Delicious.
That's what I'm talking about. Had a lot of good stuff from 7-Eleven. And episode 711 is on Tuesday, June 15th. I'm Will. We got Mark. We got Pat. We got Wes. We got a full house of Hard Factor hosts ready to chop up the news today.
I'm hot right now, and it's not just my face being burnt.
Well, you're hot? Like
I'm
angry? Oh, you're angry. Well, okay, that's good for the show. You're going to bring that anger
to some stories.
Look, man, ERCOT needs to figure it out. The ERCOT, the Texas energy supply in Central Texas, the people that almost killed, or they did kill like 100 people this winter by shutting down the power, is threatening to shut down the power and saying it's imminent again this summer. So they couldn't handle the cold. Now they can't handle the heat. And it's like 100 degrees in Austin.
We'll skip that honorable mention in the buzz when we get there, but here's a meme I had ready for that. It's that Anakin Skywalker meme that's just going nuts. He's talking to Padme, and he says he's ERCOT in this situation, and he's saying, what does he say? The Texas power grid isn't equipped to handle the cold. And then Padme says, but it can handle the heat, right? Laughing and question mark. And then it zooms in on Anakin. And then Padme says, it can handle the heat, right?
No.
Yeah. And then he turns into Darth Vader and he turns your and Wes's AC off.
I'm excited to see how they're going to blame this one on the wind energy failing.
I wish that guy that I think he owned a small plane, or his buddy did, then he flew it into the IRS building. I wish he'd waited and just done that to the ERCOT building.
Yeah.
Because fuck them. I don't condone violence, but maybe on the ERCOT people in the building.
They could have done this a little earlier. It's 100 degrees in Austin today.
Yeah.
But your power is on as of now, yes?
Yes.
It's going to go out any second.
Mark, have you adjusted your AC at all to be hotter in your house to try to help ERCOT?
I just found out about this today. I will say
they're asking you to hold out till Friday, by the way.
I did adjust 100% this winter all the way to what they said and then some.
You really had no choice when they took your power away.
Well, before they took my power away, I listened to them be like, can you please do this? And I did it. I don't know if I'm going to do it this time because I listened to them last time and it didn't work out for me. So I don't know how to answer that. It's catch-22. There's too many fucking people in Austin. Thanks, Joe Rogan. Thanks, Elon Musk. Like, they can't handle the hot or the cold anymore in Austin because there's too many people here.
They say that it's because they have multiple power plants offline.
It's because there's too many people here.
Well, no, that they said it's record usage plus for some reason they have power plants offline.
It's a little bit more. It's a little bit more shady politician doings in terms of building an infrastructure that can sustain the situation, not the amount of people there.
Don't get me wrong, Pat. The entire system is flawed and ERCOT needs to go. It's a stupid system, but until it does, there's too many people here for ERCOT to work.
They can't sustain because there's too many people.
Right. They need to, but I don't think it's a quick fix to get rid of ERCOT is the problem. So every summer and every winter now, we're fucked in the ass.
Tell you what, your pits are going to be sustained at the end of this. You know?
Yeah.
And the other problem is there's so many people moving here from other states like we did, 13 years ago that are about to experience their first Texas summer. And those AC units are going to be working overtime.
Oh, yeah. So many AC units go out in Texas. Like when it first gets really hot, so many like AC units on their last legs just completely go kaput every year in Texas. It's hilarious.
Cats like the heat, luckily. My cats are going to be fucking loving it. Just rolling around like a bunch of assholes in the 85-degree house.
I hope they don't shut your power down, but they might. So
be great for the show.
That would
yeah. Totally worth it.
Would be fun for
the listeners. I hope it happens. Yeah.
For the listeners, I hope so. But for you, I hope that you're okay. So
I don't want to see it.
A couple things we got to follow up on. Listen to the Hive Hour this week on patreon.com/hardfactor if you want to hear an in-depth discussion about all the upcoming movies. top movies of all time, and Stun Gun Larry at the New Jersey flea market.
Made a little bit of progress on trying to find that guy. If you go on my social media, you'll see who it is. His name might be Mo, and he might own a company called Mo's Supplies and Survival Supplies, something like that.
He's
yes.
Mo.
He's
Yeah.
Mo, right? He's probably Mo.
Yeah.
It's like an army surplus store. Mo definitely looks like he runs like a store like that.
No website, which is very Mo.
Of course not. No, I mean,
Very Mo. Mo's Military Surplus and Survival.
yep. There you go. You can get a good surveillance camera there. I can guarantee it.
Like to have a conversation with Mo on how to survive ERCOT.
He wouldn't like ERCOT.
No.
It is June 15th, which means it's also Fly a Kite Day and Global Wind Day. So that makes sense that those are together, wind and kites. Justice for Janitors Day, big day for janitors. Magna Carta Day, National Day of Prayer for law enforcement officers, National Electricity Day. ERCOT's fucking up on National Electricity.
Hilarious.
You got to be kidding me.
National Kiss a Wookiee Day, National Lobster Day, National Smile Power Day, National American Citizenship Day, Nature Photography Day, World Elder Abuse Awareness Day, and Worldwide Day of Giving. So pretty good day.
National Electricity Day.
Yeah, you should let ERCOT know, Mark, that they're fucking your world up.
And Wind Day.
I already quote tweeted them to go fuck themselves, which is probably not good. They're probably going to shut my power down. Where does he live?
If they can selectively do it, you're definitely first.
They can and they will.
Also, on this day in history, June 15th, in 1215, the Magna Carta was sealed by King John. Makes sense because it's Magna Carta Day. That guaranteed personal liberties to free citizens. So it was signed under threat of civil war, of course, but big news for people's rights. In 1762, Austria used the first paper currency on June 15th. In 1775, George Washington was named the commander-in-chief by the Continental Congress of the U.S. In 1844, Charles Goodyear patented how to vulcanize rubber. In 1846, the U.S. and Britain agreed on the 49th parallel as the northern border of the U.S. In 1864, the Arlington National Cemetery was established on Robert E. Lee's former land. In 1940, this was the day, June 15th, that France surrendered to Germany in World War II. And in 2000,
you could say France surrendering pretty much any day. The World War II is a big one, but you could some sort of surrendering pretty much every day in history.
Yes, that was probably their most notable
one,
of all time. Yeah, 1940, June 15th. And in 2007, Bob Barker retired. And in 2015, a great day for everybody, was the day that Jeb Bush announced he was running for president. So big day, June 15th, historically.
Right in the middle of the hottest month of the year.
Yep.
It's August.
Yeah, it's August.
Is it August? Well,
August is hotter. Yeah,
going with the theme.
Not even technically the summer.
Start of summer, though. So you're half.
It is the
right.
start of summer in 4 days.
Summer's the hottest season. Half
yes,
right.
Thank you.
It is the hottest season.
Yes,
it is.
Yes, it is.
In some parts of the hemisphere.
Most AC used that season.
Yes, it is. All right. Daily Buzz.
Home, Mom and Dad.
Honorable mention. Are you gonna move home? Are you gonna?
I'm getting the fuck out of Austin as soon as I possibly can. Yes.
I'm with you, man. I wish I could get
the fuck out of this hellhole as soon as I possibly can.
You joined Tim Dillon. He couldn't even make it a couple of months.
Yeah.
All right. Daily Buzz. Let's get it going. Honorable mention was ERCOT. Sorry, Mark.
Mm-hmm.
ERCOT's just doing their thing down in Texas. Benifer, though, is doing a lot of PDA all over the place. They're getting caught making out all over the place, so they're definitely back. College World Series, RIP to LSU, and that one they're not going to Omaha, but Tennessee and whoever else is. Those were the honorable mentions. Number 5 in the buzz today, Chrissy Teigan has broken her social media silence since being discovered to have bullied the fuck out of Courtney Stodden and other children over social media from time to time. And she's basically just apologizing for being a troll in general. She says that her meanness to get clicks was fucked up, and she hopes that people can forgive her. She's in therapy, blah, blah, blah. just owning up to the very insane things she said.
Which she should have done like the day one. She took like 2 weeks to.
She took a month, Mark, like a month and a half. Like, yeah,
that was the obvious conclusion that was gonna happen because it's not like she didn't do it. So she was always gonna apologize for it. So she probably just should have just done that.
Just happened several weeks later.
Yeah.
So I guess she's sorry now. Also, the shit she said was still insane. So who knows what happens from here? Number 4. JuneTeenth trended again because it's this weekend, June 19th, and people are looking up what to do to celebrate the last slaves in the U.S. being emancipated in Texas on June 19th, 1865. Lots of local celebrations.
You weren't far off, Will, honestly.
I was 100 years off, though, to be fair. Lots of local celebrations going on, like Legacy Fest in Tulsa going on from June 17th to the 20th in honor of JuneTeenth. And it's happening in the historic Greenwood district that was burned down by a racist mob in 1921 in Tulsa 100 years ago. So that's a pretty meaningful event this year.
Should definitely be celebrated, but unfortunately it will be without AC this year.
Well, Oklahoma luckily is not part of the Texas grid. So Tulsa, they will have AC free to the public with live entertainment, celebrating Black culture. If you're in Tulsa, enjoy Legacy Fest. If you're somewhere else, I'm sure there's a JuneTeenth celebration going on. Yes, and if you're in Texas, Mark, which is where JuneTeenth, like happened because it was the last state.
Right, this was in Texas. Yeah.
Yeah, like they're probably going to be dealing with some hot events.
Go to a pool.
Context, baby. No one has suffered more than you.
Oh, it's a joke.
No, I know.
Going with the theme.
I know.
Going with the theme here, Pat.
It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be hot.
It's gonna be hot. You and every other asshole on Instagram is gonna make that same joke.
But I do want to remind people, JuneTeenth. This is something that I was big on last year. I think they should make JuneTeenth a federal holiday. Because there's not enough federal holidays in June. There should definitely be a holiday in June.
Yeah, well, we're huge proponents on the show of one major holiday during a Monday through Friday per month, so that you get off, you get a day off of work once a month. I mean, JuneTeenth sounds like a perfect one, right, for June.
Great one for June, yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, but I agree with Wes. Probably won't happen. They don't like giving us free time off. So.
But the slaves have suffered more than you, Mark. Shut up, Pat.
Enough to get a federal holiday. Number 3, HODL. Hold on for dear life. That's what that stands for. Trended on Twitter because cryptocurrency is hopefully starting to make a comeback. Bitcoin broke 40K again. So everybody's HODLing.
Yeah, because Elon said Tesla would take it again.
Oh, good. Is that why?
That's why, yes.
Oh, gross.
Yep. It's an Elon manipulation again.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
It's partly that. Also, the SEC said they need 2 months before they come out with their report on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Ripple. So
get in now.
2 more months, baby. Yeah. Or don't get in at all. I don't know.
Okay.
I did get Ripple today.
Depressing reasons for the bounce back. Didn't realize those were the Okay. Number 2, Capcom trended for having a terrible E3 presentation where they didn't announce a single new game. So normally game creators go to E3 to, announce new games like we talked about yesterday. Several studios have been announcing all their new games. Capcom just went up there, I guess, and did nothing, so they just got buried in memes on social media. It was the number 1 trend on Twitter.
They couldn't even come up with a new Street Fighter game.
No. And so everybody was burying them in the memes. And this one, again, of course, the Anakin is so hot right now. Anakin is Capcom, and he says, "We will have an E3 conference." And then Padme says, "So you'll announce new games, right?" And then it zooms in on Anakin. He says nothing, and she says, "So you'll announce new games, right?" And then. No, they didn't. They
were still trying to ride that Street Fighter wave, which, granted, is a big wave, but it's over.
Hell yeah. No, I mean, you could reskin a Street Fighter game in a week.
They've got good content. I don't know why they decided to do nothing.
Why do you think that is? Yeah, what did they do?
I think people are just saying they fucked up. 2020, the pandemic hit them hard.
But that's what I'm saying. Someone must have walked in there, being like, "All right, I'm the guy that did Street Fighter."
So what they did,
you said that last year.
They had a presentation, Pat, but before the presentation, there was like a screen that said this might not include any new games, and then I think they just did a reel of their old games.
They reserved their time slot, and then whatever game they were working on, the developing team was like, "No, we can't we can't announce it." Yeah,
right. But that's what obviously. But they knew that beforehand. So this whoever did Street Fighter was like, "Don't worry, they love me there. I'm a street watch it."
Some guy dressed up like Guile
or M. Bison.
They should have sent out M. Bison. Really,
you'd think dressing up like a Nazi here doesn't fly, but it does. Watch every year he walks out like M. Bison.
Zangief would have worked, or the guy with the long arms, Basim, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Dalsim, I think.
Dalsim, right? Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, I was a big time Dalsim guy. The reach.
It was like I was Chun-Li. Yeah, instead of the fast hands from Honda, I did the fast kick with Chun-Li in the corner, and it was game over.
Yeah.
Game over for whoever was in that corner.
You were a lot of fun. To play with.
Oh,
do you remember the fucking kids who would have the turbo
kicked
controller
in the head?
Yeah,
with Honda.
Oh, that's not fair. Yeah,
it's not fair. The turbo.
The turbo. Yeah, it was fucked up. Honda would just crush you.
Yeah, you were a psycho if you did that shit.
Turbo.
Well, they have like the control of the
turbo.
There's no fucking point to it.
Yeah. The worst was the guy who like just did shock, like the green guy.
Blanca.
Yeah,
that was my
Blanca
guy.
That
was good.
It was so hard to get the shock, and it lasted like 1 second. Yeah.
Also, Vega underrated. He could climb.
Oh, Vega was good.
Yeah, he had a different lifestyle. Vega did. He was alternative lifestyle. A lot of people don't know this about Blanca.
Pride Month.
He was on an airplane with his family, and it crashed in the rainforest of Brazil, and he was raised by indigenous folk. So sad story with Blanca.
Well, I mean, but he also was like there was radioactiveness or something.
Something involved there.
Yeah, they put him in a tube in the movie. They're just like, we're just military testing him. Yeah.
He's you know what he is? He's the Wolverine. I know you might say that the other guy is Wolverine, but he's the Wolverine of Street Fighter. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, you might say the guy with Wolverine claws is Wolverine. But,
Vega.
Right, Vega is definitely more like Wolverine for sure.
If it wasn't for that other character with Wolverine claws, Blanca would definitely be in the running.
I understand. To a noob, it would be really attractive to say that Vega is most like Wolverine.
Sure.
But from an attitude perspective, Blanca clearly.
From a chest hair perspective, yes. He has the same triangular chest hair.
That's right.
As Wolverine.
So. You can suspend it. You can suspend animation, or if you're blind, then it's Blanca.
Capcom
compare him to the Hulk. He's green. He's huge.
Could have done the Hulk.
Yeah, he's the Hulk.
The electricity.
Not that type of party.
Capcom should have just put this conversation up at E3. It would have done better than whatever the fuck they did. Okay, number one trend today, because the trends honestly weren't that great. Trump trended, which made me think, is the UFO report out? Which I looked it up, and no, maybe it's supposed to be out before the end of the month, so hopefully we get that. But then made me think about aliens in Antarctica, and then thanks to Big Ounce, Garrett in Iowa, and Jesus Loves Knockouts for sending me these coordinates: 72 degrees and 36 seconds south, 168 degrees, 34 minutes and 40 seconds east. Now type that in to your Google right now, and what will you see when you pull it up?
The Fifth Ocean.
You'll see this.
Whoa.
You guys see that picture?
Holy shit. What is that?
That is a face in Antarctica. So that's I'm gonna zoom out. I've also got the zoomed out version. So this, if you look it up in Google Earth, that's what it looks like. That
doesn't look like anything.
Oh, those are mountains. And then you zoom in.
That looks like a face.
Definitely a face, right? Like, because look at the mountains around it. Okay. Regular ass mountains, except for that one spot. Looks fucking crazy.
Oh, now I see it. Yeah.
Zoom in. What is it?
That's a big ass face, is it not?
It's a giant face. It's like it's fucking huge. It's like like a mountain sized face, and it looks like it is carved in to a mountain buried beneath the snow in Antarctica. I don't know what it is. It does not look natural to me. Does it look natural to you guys?
Could it be a statue? Like, no. Maybe they're not this big. Maybe they're normal size, but it's a statue for this type of alien, like a giant statue built.
Right.
Yeah, that's what there's. It's got to be.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I hope it's not,
a monument.
It's not like a skull. Yeah, I hope it's not like an actual to size.
If it was a fucking skull, right? I mean, like, it's huge. It's the size of a mountain, and it's a face. If you're listening and you can't see those pictures, it's a face under the snow
It's
in Antarctica.
Cloverfield Mountain big, like full Cloverfield monster.
It's crazy. So it was posted by UFO Scandinavia. They're the first ones that saw it on Google Maps. And the question is like, what the fuck is it? They guess that it's like some type of ancient civilization that built some kind of like carved out mountain structure. But like, what the fuck?
Okay, Will, you got to give us some context here. Is it just the wackos who are like emboldened because the UFO reports coming out that are saying this is some sort of real face, or has an actual scientist verified that it's a face of some sort? Or
Pat,
or do we not know?
You have eyes, and you could Google Earth that image, and I'm just saying, what do you think the fuck that is?
Ooh, I don't know, man.
It's a face.
Yeah, looks like a face to me.
It looks upset. It looks like someone's mistreated it. I'll tell you that.
Right.
It doesn't look happy.
Well,
yeah. Well, speaking of,
looks like the cover of that Disturbed album, kind of.
Yeah, he's a little disturbed. Well, he is disturbed, and it disturbed me, and it reminded me of the story. Have you guys ever heard of Operation High Jump in 1946?
Mm-hmm.
Where Rear Admiral Richard E. Byrd took 4,700 men, 13 ships, and 33 aircraft down to Antarctica to establish a U.S. base and test flying conditions in the extreme cold.
Hadn't heard of it.
Okay, well, now you have. The documentary The Secret Land was filmed during that mission, won the Oscar for Best Documentary in 1948, I believe. The mission
against no other movies, right? Yeah.
Against itself. The mission was abruptly canceled in early 1947 due to reported worsening weather conditions. But Admiral Byrd told the press, which was only printed in Chile, that he encountered a new enemy that could fly, quote unquote, pole to pole with incredible speeds. All the U.S. papers reported that he was talking about how we could be attacked from the air, by jets from either the North Pole or the South Pole. But according to alleged Russian spy information from the Stalin era that was subsequently leaked in 2006, he was actually talking about being attacked by flying saucers. And apparently his real mission in Antarctica was to root out any Nazi bases that still remained, not just test flight conditions. The accounts.
Wait, there were Nazi bases and aliens there?
Yeah.
Did I hear that right?
They were going. Yes, potentially. According to the account. So that's
a rough scene.
The accounts that corroborate the UFO story come from the USS Brownson, and the radio man apparently claimed that the UFOs rose up out of the seas, like we've heard reports of, examined the ships for a long time without attacking, and then eventually sank at least one ship, the USS Maddox, and fired enough weapons that scared the Navy away, and then they subsequently canceled Operation High Jump. Of course, none of that matches the official Navy records. That's just conspiracy.
Well, you know what that reminds me of? When they shot down the USS Maddox, the one ship, like the show of power there, like just you leave that scene. That's like a diarrhea situation at the slip slide. You're going to shut down Operation High Jump the second that ship gets sunk. Yeah. And you're not coming back.
Lasering you to death.
Yeah. Shut down production. That's like diarrhea all over the place. Not happening.
Well, take it, how you want to take it. There's a giant face under the snow.
Just out of curiosity, so this face was first discovered like 3 years ago
today.
Right. Correct. No, a few years ago. I don't think anybody's seen exactly yet what's underneath it though, Pat.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, they're it's on their list. They're gonna make it there.
I mean, somebody
see what it is.
I mean, you think the deep state's in a rush to see what's in there? No.
I'm just curious how it came across.
They know what's in there. They're in a rush to have
3 years later.
Oh, well, High Jump wouldn't.
What made it number one on the trending buzz list?
I think it's 2 years later, Pat. Well, and if you were listening,
2019 August.
If you were listening to the beginning, I said there was garbage in the trends today. So Trump trended. Then that made me think about the UFO report, which then made me realize that we haven't addressed aliens in Antarctica.
Will's saying, "I have the microphone, and you will listen to every last word I have to say."
I very much enjoyed it. It got my cogs turning.
Sometimes he likes to talk about things he actually finds interesting, and not just the fucking Google trends.
That's right. That's what he said.
Proprietary algorithm. Will
wouldn't Operation High Jump be part of the disclosed thing in the UFO reports though? Like that?
Yeah,
the government. It should. That no sounds
chance.
Like
no chance it will be in there though.
Yeah,
they're giving us everything in those.
Yeah,
High Jump would be in there if they were.
Yeah, they ain't.
Yeah. I'm with Wes. They ain't.
Well, Antarctica we know is a mess. We don't know what's going on over in Antarctica.
I'm intrigued though now.
Some cold anti-Semites down there.
You think that the Nazis stayed?
That's people think that the Nazis could have held out.
The Nazis are still in Antarctica freezing their ass off.
Penguins, yeah. Living inside the giant alien head.
All right. Let's move on. Listen up, dog lovers. We got a new Best in Show champion that has been crowned at the 145th Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show. The Westminster, of course, is the most prestigious of all dog shows, and it is every breeder and handler's dream to one day be crowned Best in Show. It's the Nathan's hot dog eating contest of dog shows. And I don't know about you guys. I used to watch this thing religiously as a kid. I know we're all dog lovers here. Mark owns Caps, but we all love dogs. You guys
I like to try to catch the final
course.
round when they
right.
Best in Show.
It's amazing. It's like, you sit around, drink some wine, and watch the Westminster Kennel Club.
Yeah, I've always taken issue with it because you can't tell how they're scoring these dogs. It just seems that like this, whoever has got the pointer is just like this one's the winner, and you're like, okay, can I get an explanation here?
It's just that's their favorite dog.
It's all up to one person.
Yes.
Okay.
It's one judge decides it all.
It's a very relaxing show. You put on the Westminster Dog Show, and it's very calming because it's just a bunch of pretty dogs prancing around. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And luckily, hopefully, like your dog breed gets in the finals and you can root for it. It's very exciting. And normally when a winner is crowned, the whole country rallies around that dog, celebrates its victory. Even the competitors are happy for the handler. Of course, the winning breed does suffer immensely as a whole from the win, as demand for that type of breed skyrockets and overbreeding occurs. Pretty sure that happens. Not really sure, but I think it makes sense. Anyway, like I said,
remember seeing the Tibetan Mastiff for the first time on there. It was breathtaking.
Oh, what a gorgeous dog.
Yeah.
What a gorgeous dog. Anyway, like I said, usually the winner is celebrated, but this year's winner, a Pekingese, which is a breed from China, is having its day in the limelight stripped away by jealous losers and cancel culture pussies who seemingly could not wait for another Pekingese, especially this Pekingese, to win Best in Show so they could spew hate on the breed, its owners, and the people responsible for creating such a ridiculous-looking creature.
What happened? Was it juicing?
No, so
spying?
No, so here's the winner.
Chinese. I mean, I think people just have a bias.
That's what it looks like. There's the winner. Wasabi, isn't it cute? It's adorable dog. Looks happy to be there, right? So the first criticism,
a slipper.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Mark's in on the hate. This is the problem.
Looks like a fucking slipper.
This is the problem, Mark. So the first criticism coming from haters and losers on Twitter.
Chinese?
Yeah, is this Chinese dog breed is named Wasabi, and it's owned by a white guy named David Fitzpatrick. So that's racist. Even though
wait, they're saying that he can't name his Chinese dog a Japanese name because he's white.
Yeah, even though the dog was named after its mother, Wasabi.
Who's saying this? 3 people on Twitter you found?
Everyone on Twitter. Everyone on Twitter. Everyone on Twitter
who's
saying
this narrative.
Everyone.
Okay.
Look at this. Like this guy, James Jung, me an hour ago, quote, "Yay, a Chinese breed won the Westminster Dog Show. Me now. Wait, this white man named the dog Wasabi? He's outraged."
Oh, give me a break.
Yeah. Others publicly shaming the dog, like Julia Carpenter, who is a writer for the Wall Street Journal, who shared this tweet so everyone would know she's a dog-shaming lesbian. Here she is. Me, look, Wasabi won the Westminster Dog Show. My girlfriend, no, that's what we pull out of the shower drain. I mean, fucking ridiculous. Nailed it. Yeah, right.
Oh, right. It does kind of just look like a pile of hairs. Like,
I'm trying to think of the movie with the alien animal that's real furry that it looks like, and I can't think of it, but it looks like that. Yeah, it looks like ridiculous.
Critters too.
Might be Critters.
It might be Critters. Yes.
Yeah.
Others took to Twitter to virtue signal how much they care about dogs, like this woman who has a very racist name for a white woman, Jemima Harrison. Let's see what she had to say. Where is she? Fuck, I don't know if I have. Wait, there it is. Yeah, Wasabi wins the Westminster Dog Show in the U.S. sitting on a cooling pack to stop him from overheating in the air-conditioned arena. Second pick, what a champion Pekingese looks like on the inside. The terrible price these poor dogs pay for human vanity. So she just
look
wants
at
to
that
save.
skull. Look at that misformed skull.
It looks like a fucking chicken.
Yeah, that looks terrible.
It is tiny. It is tiny like a chicken. So she's saying that the
It's like a
Pekingese
pug.
breed shouldn't exist, period, because
Exactly.
it's cruel to have them live. So she wants to kill all
People
Pekingese.
say this about People say this about bulldogs.
She's a eugenicist. She's a
breedist.
yeah. She's like Margaret Sangler or whatever, the lady who wanted to like breed out. Yeah,
This is rich coming from a guy that wants to get rid of all pit bulls.
Oh, the monsters. This is just
This is
people are
rich.
just calling for people to outlaw breedism is monsters.
Throw that picture back up, Wes.
Yeah.
So, like a dog skull is pretty distinguishable, right? Like it's a very unique shape. This is like if you took a human skull and then you cut it away at the nose and then threw a bird mouth on it.
Yeah, you know what it looks like is like that one of the like Koopa from the Mario movie. I'm bringing up a picture of it. It looks like Koopa from the Mario movie. I got you guys. Don't worry.
Yeah, so
I'll be popped in soon.
So Jemima, tell your aunt her syrup is racist, and so
for real, people are pissed because he named the dog.
Yeah, well, let's get a close up of Jemima's profile picture so we see what's really going on. There it is. She's a big dog person, and she's hating on the small dog. That's the problem. She's got a picture of a big hound dog with her.
This is the problem. The dog looks like this.
Yeah.
Which, by the way,
like the bad guy from Mario. That's from the Mario movie from like the 1990s. Yeah, it's Koopa from the terrible Mario movie.
Someone took huge fucking liberties. This still haunts me to this day because that Mario movie with John Leguizamo came out like 92.
It's the worst movie of all time. And
you know all
Bob
the characters.
Skins is Mario,
right? And then they throw this. Then Koopa pops up, and just some asshole was like, you know what? I'm just ignoring the canon, and I'm making my own fucking Koopa.
Yeah, this is not Koopa by any means. This is supposed to be Bowser, and it looks more like a Pekingese skull.
It's crazy.
Yeah, like a Pekingese skull.
Yeah.
Another Twitter hater thinks they are the decider on what a pet should and shouldn't be, and pets that they don't like should be outlawed. I mean, like Mark already called me out, what kind of monster calls for a specific breed to be outlawed, right? Workshy says, it's not okay. Breeding and keeping dogs like these should be illegal in the 21st century. Okay. I mean, why is that good? It's a thing to carry, place on a cushion, groom. What kind of pet is that?
These people who like get angry and then just ascribe everything as being racist or oppressive need to just relax.
Yeah.
If everything pisses you off because it's racist or oppressive, guess what? You're overreacting all the time.
Oh yeah.
I do think that thing looks like a slipper, but I guarantee you it's the happiest thing on planet Earth. It gets groomed every day and fed like the best food, and it's treated better than 99% of human beings on planet Earth.
You think that thing doesn't get its dick sucked by its owner? Then you're wrong.
Yeah, I know. That Pekingese gets its dick sucked by its owner.
Yep. And finally,
it's fine.
Finally, this is a clip I'm going to play. My personal favorite, this hate-filled rant from CNN anchor and dog breedist John Berman. Just listen to this. This is appalling.
Wasabi seems like a nice, small dog. Very small. Somewhere underneath the hair is probably some bubbly charm and a warm smile. Probably. Who can say for sure? His breeder and handler says Wasabi has showmanship. He fits the breed standard. He has that little extra something, that sparkle that sets a dog apart. Showmanship and sparkle, which is nice. You know what else is nice? Legs. Where are Wasabi? But again, the larger issue here is not with Wasabi, who really does seem nice, though small. But this is the fifth time a Pekingese has won. Is this what we want to celebrate in America? Rarefied, excessively combed, in a tiny bit inbred lineage?
Breedist.
This was the 145th show. And you know how many labs or golden retrievers have won? 0.
Look at this guy's haircut. He's such a lab guy.
Oh, yeah.
What disqualifies them besides their accessibility, overall normal dogginess, and legs?
How come my labs never
no
win?
labs or golden retrievers. And then what might be the biggest outrage of all, no mutts. Yeah. So nice.
So he goes on to whine about how there's no mutts. Clearly, he doesn't know what the fucking Westminster is.
It's the Kennel Club.
We should get rid of the Kentucky Derby too. We don't have like wild horses that are like, a little bit malnourished in the Kentucky Derby either.
Right.
Like,
no Mustangs have won the Derby.
This is what we're dealing
with.
with.
The reporter for the Westminster Dog Show.
No, he's just a CNN anchor with trying to be. He's got
with 6 labs.
Right, with 6 labs.
This is way too woke. This is way too woke.
It's xenophobic, is what it is.
Thing.
We're gonna get rid of the Westminster Dog Show now. What can we have?
We can't have anything. We have to have an equal mutt show now.
I would like that. It's don't give them. No. It's not as prestigious, but I would watch a mutt show.
Nobody would watch. It's called the ugliest dog competition.
Yes, nobody would like an ugly dog. No, I wouldn't be like, oh, that dog should win an award, but I'd be like, that's a hilariously ugly dog. It's a mutt. That's a mutt. Yeah. Like have them like wrestle or something like that. Yeah. Just like, and not a competition, but
worst smelling fart competition.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
Untrainable situation.
This is the same week. This is the same week where
which can lick peanut butter off a 14-year-old's balls fastest.
Yeah. Washington Post is also coming down on bird names for being too racially insensitive.
Dude, I gotta get out of this country. Yeah, so that's what's going on. Poor Wasabi is just having her day in the sun, or his day in the sun, stripped away by all these woke pussies. So if you see Wasabi on the street, give him a little pet and tell him you love him.
Oh, it's okay. Your name's not racist, pal.
Yeah, no.
There he is. Wasabi, good win.
Yeah. All right, let's take care of some business, guys. How many subscription services are you paying each month? Do you guys even know?
At least 15.
At least 15. So they add up, and sometimes we don't even notice the monthly deductions from our bank accounts. You probably signed up for a bunch during quarantine, extra TV channels, whatever, get a free week here, forget to cancel it there. But now that you're heading back into the world and you and your family no longer need all those apps and streaming video services, you need to get rid of them. 80% of people have subscriptions they've forgotten about, and you're probably one of them. What are you doing to save money and take control of your finances? How do you keep track of all this stuff? Well, you get Truebill. It's the smartest, easiest way to manage your finances. It's got an easy-to-use app. You review your recurring charges in one place. You can cancel them directly through the app, and then create a monthly budget and expenses, track and evaluate your saving goals, automated savings, a ton of features that will help you get control of your finances, and you can identify fraudulent activity so nobody takes advantage of you. Works with many of the nation's top providers to negotiate and lower your bills, including AT&T, Spectrum, T-Mobile, high bank level security, so you can feel good about your finances. People think they spend around $80 a month on subscriptions, but they actually spend closer to $200. Truebill has saved users more than 50 million. And now you can save money too by going to Truebill.com. The average person saves $720 a year with Truebill. Get started today at Truebill.com/factor. Take control of your finances and start saving at Truebill.com/factor. Truebill.com/factor.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Guys, the last thing that you want to hear come over an airplane loudspeaker when you're 30,000 feet in the air is all strong males to the front of the aircraft to handle a problem passenger.
Yeah, it's bad.
Especially if at first glance you might be confused for a strong male. Also, I think it's a little sexist. Maybe there's a Division I women's shot put team on board. Okay. They could make it more inclusive, but the reason
in a time of crisis, though, you got to just ask for the men because you got to average it out, muscle versus weight.
All women with a synonym like large or big, like large Marge or Big Bertha, please come to the front. Yeah. All men, the funny adjective. All women with the funny adjective nickname for large.
BBWs to the front. Yeah.
Large men and women who go by the nickname Tank.
Yeah.
To the front of the plane to deal with a problem passenger. Yeah. Anyway, that's exactly what happened and what went out over the intercom on a Delta flight from Los Angeles to Atlanta on Friday when an off-duty Delta agent tried to take control of the PA system. And he said, quote, that he was going to take the plane down.
Not good.
Not good, right? Very not good. So I actually there's a video from Twitter user at Ali fucking Burns.
Nice.
And I'm gonna play it for you guys. So here we go. Let's take a look. We're in the cockpit. We're getting after it. What you can't see is that the off-duty flight attendant is dressed in a helmet, an elbow, and knee pad.
Oh, he knew he was going to get taken down.
Yeah, the flight attendants are rushing to the front.
Oh, he's talking shit to all of them.
Here come the strong men and the tanks.
This dude's nuts.
Yeah, well, this dude is nuts.
Right. So, yeah, helmet, knee pads, elbow pads. How do you get that on the plane? Because okay,
in a backpack, you have it in a back. Act like you're a skater or something.
But you work for Delta. They're gonna see you taking your helmet out, and they're like,
"Yeah,
hey,
but you still have a bag. Like he's got a bag or some shit that he can carry around."
I'm an aggressive sleeper on the plane. I jolt around a lot. I hit my head on the wall.
Did he wear him on when he was ticketed and everything?
I don't know. There's not info about it. Just that that's what he was wearing when he went for the fucking plane.
Why didn't this numbnuts just do this on one of the flights he was attending when he had access to the cockpit?
Right. Yeah. Hey, you want some coffee, sir? You want some coffee? Here's your coffee.
Probably because he wanted to get caught. Is my guess.
He's crazy. Yeah.
Well, so there has been a trend as of late, and it's kind of rightfully so, with not this, but flight attendants snapping back at shitty passengers because people
won't put the mask on or whatever.
Oh, right? People have been total assholes. Like, for example, a grocery store worker got slaughtered yesterday for asking someone to wear a mask inside. So there has been a couple of videos that have come up of flight attendants being like, we're going to ground the plane because you guys are being total assholes to us and we don't deserve that. Now, I don't know if that's what this guy was on, if that was like his tip.
Yeah, but why would he go after the pilots if that was the case?
No, I don't know. Crazy.
I don't know. I'm just theorizing. Do you have a theory? I don't know why.
He went crazy.
He's insane.
He went crazy, Pat. The crazy
lost his mind.
It was like the crazy was battling, and it was like, I won the battle. I'm crazy.
He was like, right. I went full crazy.
Yeah.
Better get my helmet.
Once he started packing the helmet and the knee pads, he
rollerbladed down the aisle.
Chugging whiskey and packing his fucking
crazy won the second the helmet went in the book bag.
Yeah.
He was definitely.
I'll show them.
Yeah, so the plane made an emergency landing in Oklahoma where the Delta employee was arrested by FBI. And here's another passenger's account of the situation where he makes sure to let everyone know that he was totally about to step in and stop some terrorism, but totally couldn't because they had it under control before he got his chance because he was totally an able-bodied man. This is at the Benjamin Curley. Let's play Benjamin's video here. It's pretty great.
There was an attempt to take down a plane tonight actually, and I was on that flight. Apparently someone made an announcement over the loudspeaker and said, everyone please take your seat and get ready to put on an oxygen mask, and then attempted to open the door of the plane. I was unaware of this. I was at the back of the plane a long 2 minutes after that first announcement. The pilot made an announcement and said, all able-bodied men, please come to the forward. There's an emergency. Come to the front. I got about halfway up.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Before we were told to go back to our seats. The situation was under control.
Yeah, okay. Okay, Benjamin Curley.
Yeah. He was about to throw down, dude. Benjamin was about to fuck that dude up.
I was halfway down.
Covered, yeah.
Halfway down the aisle. And they were like, we got enough dudes. We got enough dudes. So I said, if you need me.
I hit my shin halfway up and
he definitely got taken out by a shin injury.
Yeah.
Curly looks like he could maybe break up a kindergarten fight, but not this
God.
grown man shit that was happening at the front of the fucking plane.
That guy should not be out in the sun.
Yeah. Oh my God.
It's crazy though.
Pretty good, right?
Wild story.
I love just I had to put that in there.
All right.
Okay, but let's take it to the internet real quick. This one won the internet. This is from Leah Morris 66, and it's in response to Curly's video, and it's, tell me you were on Spirit Airlines without telling me you were on Spirit Airlines.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So that's pretty good.
But it wasn't Spirit, though, right?
No, it was Delta, but he didn't say Delta at all in the video.
I know.
Nailed it.
Right, but still,
that was
good
pretty
comment.
good.
Clever.
That was good. Okay, before we get to the TikTok international moment, I got one last ad for you.
Okay.
When they say mental health is a journey, they mean it. That's why it's important to prioritize your mental health and wellness every day. As you can see from all the stories we've been talking about, like the last one, it's pretty important. When you work on yourself, it brings positive changes in all areas of your life. The long-term effects of therapy can give you the tools to deal with challenges as they arise, strengthen your relationships, and give you a more positive outlook on life. There's no better time to invest in yourself than right now, and that's quite literal. Talkspace, it's always true. Always right now, today, when you're hearing this, when you think about it. Talkspace is the #1 online therapy platform that has thousands of licensed therapists trained in over 40 specialties, including anxiety, depression, relationships, and more. Your therapist can help you set and achieve your goals. And guess what? Talkspace is a fraction of the cost of in-person therapy. Instead of waiting for an appointment, you can send unlimited messages to your therapist 24/7, and they'll engage with you daily, 5 days a week. Talkspace is a secure and private platform using the latest end-to-end bank-grade encryption technology to store client information and complying with the latest HIPAA regulations. And as a listener of this podcast, you'll get $100 off your first month with Talkspace. To match with a licensed therapist today, go to Talkspace.com. Make sure to use the code HARDFACTOR to get $100 off. Very important. If you're thinking about it, you need to do it. Guys, TikTok, international moment. Some sort of sound effect. Okay, apparently, Super Troopers has not made its way to Pakistan yet. Otherwise, they would know you don't mess with cops' orders if you're a fast food burger joint. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's a liter of Coke for a liter cola for a cop. Sadly, the 19 coworkers at Johnny and Jugnu in Lahore, Pakistan, learned that lesson the hard way when they were all arrested Saturday night. What did they do to the police officers' meals, you ask? They charged them. They charged them for them. Several days after, several days after foolishly denying the police officers' request for free burgers, the J&J manager, then the entire kitchen, then the entire staff were arrested and held for 7 hours where they were harassed by local police. Turns out they can't do that, though, and 9 of the police officers have now been suspended. The police are so corrupt there that J&J came out and said on Facebook, this isn't the first time this has happened to them, which leads me to wonder why they didn't just give them the fucking burgers. And Pakistan's right. Just what do you mean this isn't the first time that happened?
Pakistan's police are just the mob.
You like going to jail? Pakistan's Prime Minister Imran Khan has called for a reform of the Punjab region's police force, going as far as saying local politicians have appointed cronies to run police stations there.
What a time to be a Pakistani cop.
Yeah.
I mean,
time of
I'm
your
sorry,
life.
though.
You're beating people for not giving you burgers.
Time of your life.
How many burgers were they eating? Because it's kind of like, if you're any sort of normal business person, if a cop asks you for a free burger, it's kind of the perk of the job, right? Like they're risking their lives. You want those guys in your business as much as possible. That's why cops get free coffee.
J&J charges everyone a fair price, Pat. That's everyone.
Okay. I'm just saying these guys must have been seriously taking advantage, you know?
Yeah, there's 19 of them. Or no, that was
the workers.
They held hostage.
There's at least 9 cops suspended, though.
9 cops. That's a lot of burgers.
Yeah, especially when they're ordering for like their families and stuff in the force.
Yeah.
Anyways, a 76-year-old Indian man who had 39 wives and was said by his tribe to have the largest family in the world. And with 39 wives, I would say also the most patience in the world. Am I right?
I thought you were going to say penis.
Has died. He died, leaving behind everyone. The man had one more wife and a few more kids than American television star Larry King. I don't want to see him. Man.
I don't want to see him.
Larry also died this year, so bad year for guys who married way too many women. Ziona 39 wives.
Imagine the infighting between 39 wives.
Yeah, you gotta be on it.
You think there's one alpha wife in that situation out of 39?
Probably a few.
There always is.
Probably one in each clique, but one overall, and then umbrella style, one over those. Ziona Chana is the man who had 39 wives, about 100 children, and 33 grandchildren, who all lived with him in a 4-story structure that had over 100 bedrooms and not nearly enough bathrooms.
Holy shit, they're all in the same place.
You're always gonna be a few bathrooms shy when you have the largest family in the world, though, right? Comes with the territory.
This dude had a fucking hotel for his family.
Yeah, it was a structure, they called it. Yeah. It's been reported that Chana was willing to add more wives and children shortly before dying, and that he liked to sleep with at least 7 or 8 of his wives at the same time. And I'd say to that, sheesh, that guy could have used a few more penises. like the subject of our next story. Researchers in Australia have finally solved the world's greatest mystery. How come echidnas can only get
echidnas?
How come echidnas can only get 2 of their 4 penises hard at the same time?
Yeah.
That's a huge question.
Huge question.
Cruel joke, God.
Yeah. Echidnas are also the only mammal besides a platypus that lays eggs, so they produce milk and lay eggs. But scientists seem pretty intent on solving the penis mystery first. There's a look at their dong.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's got 4 pieces.
We've
4
seen this
penises.
before. I remember that.
4
literally
heads.
4 penises.
Well, it's one penis with 4 heads.
That's correct. Was it echidnas?
Echidna.
Echidnas are often run over by cars while crossing the road and need to be euthanized. But luckily for the Australian science team of jealous men, the echidna penises are almost always in great shape post euthanasia. So so several 3D models later, and scientists figured out that the echidnas actually control the 2 erection maximum by tissue, and then alternating pairs of erections allows them to ejaculate 10 times in a row without significant pause, like a sprinkler.
Machine gun style.
Exactly. Their 4 penises are for sex, as peeing and pooping is done elsewhere on the body, and they do not have scrotums or scroti. And you know what they say: when you have 4 penises, who needs a scrotum? That's what they say.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Don't need it. I got the 4 penises.
I got other things on my mind, Doc.
Yeah.
What's a scrotum?
Yeah. No, they have a good time. They use the penis for pleasure only. All 4 of them. Echidnas. Well, what the hell is a scrotum? They say.
Yeah.
You know what they say when you have 4 penises. What the hell's a scrotum?
What's a scrotum?
That's a gross looking penis.
That's disgusting.
Yep.
Thing is weird. It looks like a slender wrist with 4 weird mangled dickheads on the end of it.
These guys spent so much time dissecting the penis and like looking for like the flow. They're like, we thought it was a valve system where they switched on a valve, and turns out it's like they spent hours and hours and hours looking at these penises.
Yeah, they have more than enough. They have more researchers than they need.
Yes.
You need any extra help on the echidna stuff, or
I don't know. Interesting. Maybe solve the mice problem, or the fires, or the 15 things going wrong in Australia. I don't know.
You cracked the code on how to make all 4 of them hard yet?
You can't show a scientist a dick with 4 heads though, and then not expect him to just get totally lost and
true. They drop everything. They almost had cancer cured.
Does that dick have 4 heads?
It's like a gearhead with a classic car. They're just gonna keep tinkering until they get it working.
I'm not gonna be home for a while.
All the cylinders firing.
You wouldn't believe it. This echidna, his dick's got 4 heads.
Yeah, I thought you almost cured cancer. No, this thing had 4 penises, honey.
Can we get them all hard at the same time?
No, only 2. So we're trying to figure out.
We're working on it.
Yeah.
My boss is coming down on me hard. Got to work this weekend to try to get these 4 dicks hard at the same time.
He's breathing down my back like an echidna with 2 erect penises right now.
I'll give the first man that gets all these dicks hard a 20-year-old bottle of scotch.
That's just 2 again.
Is it the same 2? All right, guys, the creators of the animated Batman spinoff Harley Quinn say that they were told to remove a scene where Batman performs oral sex on Catwoman, and the reason that the DC Comics brass gave for Batman not being able to go full Alf on Catwoman's calico was, quote, heroes don't do that.
Oh no.
You know what this? Whoa.
Heroes only get service? That's a bad look.
You know what this is? No. This is DJ Khaled got into somebody's ear at DC.
Yeah, did DJ Khaled write this script?
Guy with DJ Khaled's body really does not have the leeway.
I don't like licking it.
Chicks? He'd never.
He refuses.
He refuses.
Okay.
He said he doesn't go down on his wife.
Yeah. And no one said he was a genius. Musical, maybe. Musical genius,
maybe. So yeah, according to co-creator Justin Halpern, they clap back at DC saying, "Are you saying that heroes are just selfish lovers?" And apparently DC was like, "No, it's that we sell consumer toys for heroes, and it's hard to sell a toy if Batman is also going down on someone."
Oh,
right. They're like, in our mind, Batman doesn't have any sex. He doesn't have genitals at all. Like that's what they're saying.
He's like a Ken doll.
Right.
Yeah, well, that's what. To that I say, at least it was Catwoman, and he wasn't trying to go down on Batgirl. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
At least it was age appropriate.
Good point.
That's good.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, consensual and all that. I mean, well, no, they should have, dude. Superheroes should be able to get laid, and superheroes should definitely be able to lick some box if they feel like it.
It's Catwoman.
Have you seen what the?
It's gonna be pretty good.
Yeah,
the Amazon show. What's it called, Mark? The boys. They fuck like rabbits in that.
Great show.
Yeah.
The boys, great show.
They go down.
I get it. I get it. Like in terms of like wanting to sell Batman's figure to like a 5-year-old, and you don't want the 5-year-old watching that scene.
No, if I'm with Batman's the last couple have been R, no, and Robert Pattinson looks like an R too. So if I'm like, let's say 11 or 12 and getting into sneak into the R-rated movie, age appropriate for that. I'm going to be pretty pumped about Batman if it's my first experience seeing someone go down on someone and it's my hero going down on Catwoman.
Also,
yeah,
DC should really embrace being much, much smuttier than Marvel. Like it's always DC is supposed to be the hustler to
they're not owned by Disney.
Playboy. Like it's supposed to be more hardcore.
Yeah, should put that scene in slow-mo if you ask me.
Well, and they could, Mark, probably, and that Bruce Wayne and
3D
Alfred
maybe
have worked on something out of Wayne Industries to make sure that Bruce, some sort of gadget. I don't know.
Oh yeah, the tongue, the bat tongue.
The bat tongue.
Bat tongue.
That's going to do it for Hard Factor. Thank you guys so much for listening. And gals, give us a follow on social media. Check out the Patreon if you want some extra content. And most importantly, have a great fucking day.